Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are talking once again about God of War Ragnarok. Now this is a game that many people are very excited about, and we are really close to this game launching. Now today, some interesting information regarding God of War Ragnarok has apparently leaked out, and that is the total length of the game. So if you are somebody who's interested in knowing how long it's going to take to complete the main story, how many hours of cinematics there are, how long will it take to do everything in the game, including the main story and every side quest? This is what we're going to be talking about in this video. So before we do that, if you end up enjoying it or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like and let me know down in the comments below what your ideal playtime for a game like God of War Ragnarok would be. Obviously, I think most people believe that a game being longer doesn't necessarily make it better, but there's no doubt that with a game as big as God of War Ragnarok, there is a little bit of expectation, so let me know down below. Reading here from Insider Gaming, they're saying God of War Ragnarok is around 40 hours in length, Insider Gamer has learned. It's understood that the entire experience is around 40 hours, with 20 hours needed to complete the game's main story. Sources have said that around 3.5 hours of the 20 hours played will be cinematic scenes, with the remaining 16.5 hours for gameplay. The other 20 hours of the game is to complete all of the additional side quests, with around 19 hours dedicated to gameplay and an additional 1 hour of cinematics. Of course, these numbers are just estimates and will vary wildly depending on your playstyle. This would mean that God of War Ragnarok's length would be around the same as God of War 2018 with its main story, but around 8 to 9 hours longer with its side quests, according to How Long to Beat, which tracks how long it takes people to complete games. The average completion time of God of War 2018's main story and side quests is around 32 hours. Now, to give my thoughts on this, to me, this is pretty huge. This is a massive game. The idea of spending 40 hours with a single player game that's very narrative heavy, not an open world game, a mostly linear title, to be able to put 40 hours into that for both the main story and all of the side quests, that's a huge game to me. And that actually sounds like the perfect length. One thing I'm not a fan of with a lot of games is unnecessary padding. Now, it's worth noting we don't know what these side quests will be like. What we do know is that they seemingly wanted to add a lot more to the side quests in God of War Ragnarok compared to God of War 2018. Now, when I think about God of War 2018, that is a game that I feel like, again, is kind of perfect length. So I'm hoping that all of the side content and the side quests that are being added to Ragnarok are meaningful and impactful and don't really feel like unnecessary or overly repetitive. And I don't think they're going to be. I really get the sense with Santa Monica Studio that they're not going to add padding to this game, right? They're not going to add things to artificially boost the length of time that you spend playing it or to complete it. They just don't seem like the type of studio to do something like that. And I don't think that's what players want. I feel like when people pick up a game like God of War Ragnarok, and they probably feel this way about all games, you want almost everything you do to feel like it has a purpose and it's meaningful and it's not just there to artificially inflate the game's playtime, right? Or time to completion. For a game like God of War Ragnarok, I have extremely high expectations. We all know what Sony Santa Monica is capable of. We all know how much they care about this game. We know how big of a deal this game is for Sony. This is what's closing the Norse saga, and I just have the utmost confidence that every hour you put into a game like God of War Ragnarok is going to feel meaningful. I can't wait. You know, I've been telling you guys how excited I am for God of War Ragnarok, and it's closer than ever before. So this gets me excited. Hearing the game's going to be a solid 40 hours to do everything, I'm very excited. So at this point, I want you to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think about this information we're getting on God of War Ragnarok? Be sure to leave the video a like if you enjoyed it or found it informative. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.